Right now you're watching Blatantly Blunt TV.
Alright, so it's Nick from Blatantly Blunt. I am very honoured to be here today with a true cultural icon, pioneer of the UK hip-hop scene. I'm not even exaggerating when I say that. It's Mr. Rodney P. What's going on, sir?
All good, sir. All good.
How you doing?
Yeah, man, good, man.
So we're here today at the press day, filming your documentary. Tell me a little bit about that.
It's a documentary that we're putting together. It's actually 3 docs, but this is the first of the 3.
Yeah.
They go under the banner of Under the Influence. This one is about UK hip-hop. Each of the docs are going to be through the eyes of an artist.
Okay.
This one is through my eyes.
Yeah.
And basically the idea is about when I came to the hip-hop scene, who were the people I was influenced by, what was the music I was listening to at the time, with the introduction of the UK MC voice in the London Posse music, which is, I mean, London Posse is credited as being like the first UK hip-hop group to use our own accents in the music. That's all. Then it's about the influence that we then had that came after us. So that's basically what it's about. It's about so much more than that, but basically that's what it's about. Influence, and how much influence hip-hop has had on my life, and then how much influence the UK MC voice has had on the music that came after the London Posse.
Definitely. So for someone that's quite well-versed and quite seasoned, like a seasoned UK hip-hop fan like myself, or someone even a few years older than me, what can they learn from the documentary where they might think, oh, I know everything already?
They don't know this. I mean, this is all about personal stories, and this is about the stories that, I mean, everyone knows hip-hop started in the Bronx, in Africa Bambaataa, and it was Covent Garden. But actually, we're trying to dig a little deeper. Like I've said in some of this footage we've done before, a lot of the time I get credited with being the godfather of the UK hip-hop, which I'm going to take the title. Give it to me, I'm going to take it.
Definitely not inaccurate.
But the truth is, there's a lot before me. I came and found the scene already in place and functioning and succeeding. You know, a lot of people think that this is the first time UK hip-hop artists and UK MCs have had chart success, but it hasn't. Like, this is stuff that's been happening from the 80s. So these are stories that we're trying to tell, and a big part of what we're trying to do is connect the dots, so that young people who are making music now recognise they're part of a bigger culture and a bigger scene. You don't exist in isolation. You know, we're all related. And like I say, the dots connect from way back to the beginning of this thing that we love right up to now. And it's trying to put that story in place so that it's not just about the people who succeed on a commercial level having the light, but actually we're trying to show some light to the people on the ground who put the bricks in place to build this scene that we all love so much.
So if you had to look at the music scene in the UK, when you kind of came into it as a jungle, imagine it's a jungle, which animal would the UK hip-hop scene be within the UK music scene?
I think the UK hip-hop scene would be the jungle.
Would be the jungle itself.
It would actually be the jungle.
The craziest,
Yeah, it's the jungle and everything else. So you got, you know what I mean, you got a tropical tree, and you got an oak tree, and you got a birch, and you got an elm. And they're all growing in the jungle. You understand? And I think when you look at hip-hop, I'll say better than that, reggae music is the jungle. Hip-hop music grew up in a little section of its own. But, you know, it's about, out of hip-hop, let's talk about hip-hop here in the UK. So much has grown out of it. And that hip-hop culture, you know, it sped up and became brickcore, which then became drum and bass. You know, the idea of using the UK accent as an MC, London Posse is credited as doing that first. We're British hip hop, but that then shows itself up again in drum and bass and in grime. You know, so the influence that UK hip hop has had on these other scenes that grew out of it, because I consider grime to be part of hip hop. I consider the MC voice to be a hip hop thing, but they have their own stem and branch and root and leaf, you know? So hip-hop is the seed, but they grow into different plants, you know? So, hip-hop's... And
regionally, outside of London, which of the regions would you say you'd be most impressed with outside of London for the hip-hop scene?
I couldn't name one. I think a lot of the time, London gets all the light, but I think that as an artist, I get often more love when I go out of town. Partly not because it's different, it's because they love hip hop and the culture in exactly the same way, but they're more thankful to see you because they don't get the opportunity to see you so much. Brilliant. But I think hip hop exists all over this island, all over. And when I say this island, I mean England.
And when did you first take hip-hop outside of the UK, you yourself? Where did you go and when was it?
The first show I ever did as an artist, was in Belfast, as part of the Big Audio Dynamite tour in 1985.
1985. Yeah. Wow. Yeah. That's the year I was born, man. Damn. It's a long time ago, man.
I've been here for a long time, brother. Well, we take music to the people, so we've been around the world a few times.
I can imagine. Brilliant. Okay, man. Well, look, it's great to meet you, man. Pleasure. I look forward to seeing the documentary.
No doubt.
And if you had to give one piece of advice to any aspiring UK hip-hop artist, what would it be?
Don't believe the hype.
Brilliant. Excellent, bro. Respect.
All good, my brother.
Watching Blatantly Blunt TV.